So here is the introduction to the cloud computing. And definition wise, cloud computing is the on-demand delivery of IT resources over the internet with pay-as-you-go pricing. Instead of buying, owning, and maintaining physical data center and servers, you can access technology services such as computing power, storage, and database on an as needed basis from a cloud provider like AWS. At its core, cloud computing allows companies to access computing resources such as servers, storage, databases, networking, software, and analytics over the internet without the need to own or maintain physical hardware on site. As I told you, the similar definition is there, right? So you don't need to own a data center, you don't need to manage a data center, right? So all those things will be taken care by your vendor like AWS. Okay, so it is I'm using a word is vendor. You can say cloud provider as well. So there is not one vendor is there or one cloud provider is not there. There is lots of cloud provider like Azure, Oracle, Google. Lots of cloud providers are there. Okay, but Amazon is one of the leading cloud provider in market right now. For cloud computing models, so here we have three type of models. One is infrastructure as a service, it is also called IaaS, and platform as a service, it is also called as PaaS. Software as a service, SaaS. So okay, so what is the major difference between these things? Okay, so at first, just understand, basic understanding will be like IaaS is something provide basic cloud infrastructure components such as VM, storage, and networks. User manage the operating system and application but outsource the underlying infrastructure. Okay, it is a basic understanding. Don't worry, I will compare all those things and I'll tell you what exactly those are. Next one is PaaS, platform as a service. It is something offers a platform on which developer can build application without having to manage the underlying hardware or operating system. Okay, next one is the software as a service. It is something delivers software application over the internet where users simply access the software through web browser. Okay, SaaS provides manage the infrastructure, security, and application updates. If I scroll down a little bit, and this snippet I took it from itpedia.nl. Okay, so this is the very good picture on internet that you can take, and it is a picture where you can directly compare all those things. Okay, so at first we have on premises, then we have IaaS, then PaaS, then SaaS. Okay, so on premises, all things like application, data, runtime, middleware, OS, virtualization, servers, storage, networking, all those things you have to manage, right? All those things you have to manage, you have to pay, your IT staff need to do all those things, right? On premises is something like that. But if I'm coming for IaaS or infrastructure as a service, here you have to manage only application, data, runtime, middleware, and OS. Apart from that, virtualization, server, storage, networking, that will be taken care by your cloud provider like AWS. Okay, what is the major difference here? The virtualization, server, storage, networking, that will be taken care by your cloud provider, and other than that you have to take care like application, data, runtime, middleware, operating system. So just keep in mind, runtime is something like your framework, that what exact framework you're using, like you're using a Python. Okay, so for running codes you're using Python, okay, or Node.js, anything. Okay, so that is one of the example you can say. So infrastructure as a service, it is like that. If I'm going for platform as a service, platform as a service means you have to manage the application and data. Apart from that, cloud will take care. Okay, that runtime, middleware, operating system, virtualization, server, storage, networking, all those stuff will be taken care by your cloud provider. You just need to manage your application and its data. Similarly, software as a service, the entire thing will be managed by a cloud provider. So you will ask me, so what is it then? So why we are using software as a service? If all those things will be managed by cloud, then what exactly our work? So it is something for softwares. Softwares means a software is already installed in the AWS, or you are going to install inside the AWS or any cloud provider. Okay, and after that you are going to use that server from the browser or a specific application. Okay, so you don't need to worry about application that will be going to manage by your cloud provider, because that is hosted in cloud, for example AWS. If that AWS is hosted that application, and they are saying we are going to manage this application, you just need to worry about the interface. You just need to put your data. You just need to do your work on that application. You don't need to worry about the backend of that application. Don't need to worry about the data, runtime, middleware, OS, virtualization, server, storage, networking, anything. You don't need to worry about it. Those all things will be taken care by the cloud provider. Okay, this is the major difference between these four things. First one is the on-premises, that you are going to manage all those things, but inside the servers, software as a service, you don't need to worry about anything. Cloud provider will manage all those things. Okay, then might be you might ask me that then what is the Amazon Connect and where it is coming in. Let's understand what is cloud contact center right now. So a cloud contact center is a customer service and support platform that uses cloud computing to manage customer interactions. It allows business to connect with customers through multiple channels, including phone, email, chat, text messaging, and social media. Okay, so as the basic level, just keep in mind, if a word is coming in contact center, means like cloud contact center, so it is something that contact center is going to use the cloud computing. Okay, so cloud computing, we already have discussed what is cloud computing and how it is work, okay, in our module 1. So just keep in mind, an increasing number of a business are turning to cloud based contact center right now. So reason is cloud contact center is more flexible, more scalable, more cost efficient, and more advanced features are there. Okay, so for that reason the companies are moving from traditional contact center to cloud based contact center. Not only that, they have lots of other functionality as well, which is attracting customers towards to cloud contact center. Okay, cloud versus traditional contact center. So traditional contact center cost. Okay, so there is two type of cost are there. One is capex, another one is the opex. So capex is nothing but the capital expenditure, and similarly opex is nothing but the operational expenditure. So capex is something before building a contact center, whatever cost you are spending, okay, or whatever cost is there, that is something capital in expenditure. It is something upfront investment for you. Then opex is after building the contact center, whatever operational costs are there, that is coming under opex. So capital expenditure or capex, so it is something upfront investment in hardware and infrastructure. Okay, covers fixed assets that are hard to liquidate, includes cost for physical building for agents, computer to staff management, server for running software, then phones for agents call. Now in this table, let's understand what is the major difference between a cloud contact center and a traditional contact center. As per the infrastructure aspect, we have no physical hardware required for cloud contact center. Everything is going to be cloud based and hosted by third party providers. We don't need to spend anything on that. Okay, so it is something completely will be in your cloud provider infrastructure or in their data center. In case of traditional data center, as you already know, that requires significant investment in physical hardware like servers, PBX, telephony system, and etc. Then setup time. Definitely rapid deployment can be set up in an hour or days for cloud contact center, and longer setup time may take weeks or months due to hardware installation and configuration, all those things in traditional contact center. Then scalability. If cloud contact center highly scalable, easily scale up or down based on the demand without extra hardware. And at the same time, at the traditional contact center, limited scalability, adding capacity require new hardware and infrastructure. Then cost model. So if it is cloud, it is something pay as you go pricing and very minimal upfront cost with pricing based on usage. In case of traditional contact center, it is going to high upfront cost or hardware and licenses, fixed cost for maintenance regardless of usage. We are going to choose this option for now. Keep in mind, if you are selecting this option, store users in Amazon Connect, so whatever accounts you are going to create, all those accounts will be created inside the Amazon Connect, and those users can't use any other services apart from the Amazon Connect. Okay, those are something might be supervisor, manager, or agents. I'll click next, and you can see my contact center name is available. For that reason it was selected. Then here I have an option to add administrator. It's an optional step. If you want, you can add the administrator, or also you can add the administrator later. But if you want, you can simply create one administrator account, and here I give information like first name, last name, username, a password. That password is something a normal one, which one you can keep like uppercase, lowercase, special character, all those things. Then email, and that's it. Another option you want to enable: allow incoming calls, allow outgoing calls. For now I just want to allow both, so I will select both the option, then I will click next. Data storage. Inside the data storage you have to mention all your S3 bucket and the flow log location. So by default Amazon Connect is assigning a bucket for your Connect data and the flow logs inside the CloudWatch. You can see the call recording. I have enabled the call recording here, and here also it is asking me to create a new S3 bucket, and also giving me another option: select an existing S3 bucket. If you have already have a bucket, you can simply select it, or you can also create a new bucket, which is also recommended one from Amazon. By default my bucket name is this one, and my path prefix is call recording. Thanks. Once you click the create instance, it will take some time and it will create your instance properly. Then the status will change to active. Add a get customer input. I'll drag and connect our in our here. Go to the get customer input. I'll use that name here, and below that I will choose text to speech. Okay, and I will use this. Press 1 for IT training, press 2 for insurance training. If you want, you can just simply make another line as well. Okay, that's it. Then we have two options, right? Press 1 and press 2. So for that you have to add condition. Just scroll down and click on add condition. Here we have option 1, then here we have option 2. Okay, so we just simply need to add like this 1 and 2. And the timeout time, if you want to increase, you can increase. I will increase to 10 seconds. Okay, then save it. You can see once I change it, it got increased, right? So those options are came out, like press, if it is press 1 or if it is press 2, those options are came. So for that you just need to add those specific queue, right? So you can see we are getting option for press 1 and press 2. And let's open our call flow again. So if it is option 1, it should go for the IT agents queue. Okay, so let's add a queue here. I will just simply search queue, and after that we have to set the working queue. If you remember that I told you at first we are setting the working queue, then we are transferring to queue, right? So I will choose set working queue, and inside it I'm going to use the same name that we are configured for our call queues. Okay, here, and then the queue I will select manually that IT call queue. Okay, I'll save it, and again I will drag set working queue because we have another call queue which is called. I'll use that name, then I will choose the same call queue here, insurance call queue, then I'll save it. So if it is press 1 or option 1, it is going to the IT. If it is option 2, it is going to the insurance. Okay, then for example timeout. Okay, so if that we have, if you remember, we have configured 10-second timeout, right? So if it is timeout, what exactly you want to do? Okay, so at that time if you want, you can just ask customer to try again. Okay, so for that what, okay, and here I'm getting option transfer to queue. I will drag that to here. I'll connect the success error node of the IT call queue. Similarly for the insurance call queue. So here we are just transferring that call to queue. At first we are setting that queue, then we are transferring that call to the queue. Okay, so then after that what exactly you want to do? So here we have a disconnect block, right? If you want, you can just simply drag that to here, and utilize for others. You can just simply add another. Let's go and log in our sample agent. So you can see I have logged in my sample agent in right side window. So you can see there is not much options are available inside the agent account. Okay, so let's go and click on contact control panel, CCP. I will assign my mic. Here I will go level mode. Okay, so if you remember, we have configured both of the queue, IT and the insurance. Okay, so if you are choosing option 1, it will come to this agent. Even if you are choosing option 2, at that time also it will reflect to him. Okay, so let's go and do a test call.
Welcome to Town 360 Training Academy. Press 1 for IT training, press 2 for insurance training. Thank you for calling. Your call is very important to us and will be answered in the order it was received.
IT_call_Q.
Let's give a bot name here. I will give the same text inside the description. And then IAM permission. I would recommend you to use the create a role with basic Amazon Lex permission. Okay, so it's on you. If you have already have one existing role with required permission for Amazon Lex, then you can just simply choose the use an existing role, and from this drop down list you can just select it. But for now I want to create a new. Just select create a role with the basic Amazon Lex permission. Now let's scroll down, and here the Children Online Privacy Protection Act. So for now it is a test environment. Then ideal session timeout, so it is something 5 minutes, so I'm not going to change anything. Book trip. Okay, so under the book trip we have two type of intent. One is book hotel and another one is book car. So there is two type of intent was there. So at first we have selected the book hotel intent. Okay, and under this we have different kind of configuration that we need to change. At the first level we have conversation flow, so you can check out how the conversation will look like. Let me just scroll down, and here we have intent detail. You already know what is intent, right? So here we are giving intent name. Intent is something book hotel here. Okay, utterances, sample utterances is something customer will ask. Okay, like book a hotel, I want a make hotel reservation, book a 4-night stay in London, like that they are going to say, right? So in these ways customer will ask to bot to book a hotel. Okay, so in this way customer is going to ask to bot. And if you want to add another utterance, okay, for example, hello, I want to book hotel, let me just add this utterance. Okay, book a curly bracket nights, it is something slots. Okay, so customer might ask you directly book a 4-night stay in London. Okay, at that time that 4 nights, okay, that 4 number, it is going to be saved under slot, night slot. Okay, then stay in London, that location, that is also a slot here. So customer might ask you in this way as well. So that is something slots here. Let me just scroll down a little bit more. Then we have slot. Just a few seconds back I told you that book a night stay in location. Okay, so that nights and location I was telling you, right? So those are something slots. So those slots are configured already here. You can see that slot location and slot night. It is already configured. Okay, so for example, the first slot, that slot location. So it is something, the slot name is location, and we are going to store that data inside amazon.ct. I told you about slot type, right? What is slot type? If you remember, we have different type of default slot type inside Amazon, like Amazon city, Amazon country, currency, date, duration, and lots of other slots types are there. Okay, then we have prompts. So under this prompt you can see we have what city will you be staying in. Okay, so this question bot is going to ask. Okay, Okay, and here we have to give a city name. Then we have prompt for check-in date. So here bot is asking what day do you want to check in. Okay, it is going to be the prompt for this slot. Then the slot name is check-in date, and we are storing that data inside amazon.date. Okay, then third one is the slot night. The slot name is nights, and we are going to store that value inside the amazon.number, because okay, I have you down for a nights, that number customer has choose like 4 night stay in location. It might be London, so stay in London. Starting check-in date is going to be today or tomorrow, what date we have given. Then bot will ask, shall I book the reservation? It is going to be the confirmation. Okay, and then in case customer has declined that, customer is saying I changed my plan, so customer is saying no. Okay, at that time decline response will be, okay, I have cancelled your reservation in progress. So visual builder is something that you can simply check out your bot configuration inside it in a visual form. Okay, so at first book a hotel, then it is going to code hook like success, failure, timeout. In case of success, it will go for the next one. It will ask another question about the city. Similarly, if it is success, then it will ask for the check-in date, then nights, then room type, then confirmation. So in this way, we have configured our bot, right? Let's go inside the intent, and here we have to select build to build the bot. It will take some time. So our English US language bot is configured now. So let's go and test it out. If you want to test, you can just simply click the test option here. Now let's send a message, and let me just send it out. You can see it is working now. So it is asking me what city will you be staying in. For example, London. Let me just mention today. 5 night. King. So you can see it is asking me for the confirmation. Okay, I have you down for a 5 night stay in London starting from today's date. Shall I book the reservation? I will put it as yes. So you can see our bot is working fine. So for example, if it is not working, at that time you can just simply click on inspect, and here as our bot is ready, let's go and use it inside our Amazon Connect, and let's go inside it. Let's give a name, that block name, and after that we have to select Amazon Lex here. Okay, and under the Lex bot we have to choose our bot, that TG360 for sample bot, and the alias that we have created, test bot alias. And after that just scroll down a little bit, and if you want to give any message, that TTS message, that you also can give here, like, and after that just mention it as interpret as text. Just scroll down, and under the intent section we have to add our intent, what intent we have configured. Let's click on add intent, and if in case of error, okay, so let me just go and choose the disconnect. I will drag the disconnect block and connect the error, and once the play prompt is completed, that also I'm going to disconnect. Let's wait for the first prompt, and you can see that welcome to TG360 book trip. Let me just send like book hotel, and I will give it city like London, and I will give it as today, and for 5 night, and I need a deluxe room, and I will give it as confirmation yes. Okay, so you can see that bot is working fine inside our website as well. So in this